Hey guys, I live in Vietnam, but I'm currently in Luang Prabang, Laos. And in this video, I'm going to break down the good, the bad and the ugly in terms of the differences between Laos and Vietnam. When comparing these two countries, the first thing you've got to understand is the cultural background of the two places. Laos belongs to the Indianized countries of Southeast Asia, like Myanmar, Thailand and Cambodia. A lot of its culture originally came from ancient India, and it's picked up parts of Pali and Sanskrit language. It picked up the Buddhist religion, whereas Vietnam belongs to the Sinosphere of the Sinicized or Chineseified countries, which includes Korea and Japan as well. So that ancient historical background informs a lot of the differences between the two countries. So the first major thing you're going to notice between Laos and Vietnam is that Laos has this laid-back Thai-style sabai culture where things are nice and easy. The emphasis is on being comfortable, non-confrontational, laid back and easygoing. Vietnam, on the other hand, is very, very different. It's much more like China. It really reminds me of when I was living in China from 2004 to 2015. It has this very frenetic energy, high-paced and intense culture. People are not afraid of confrontation. They drink a lot, they drink loudly, they're on their phone loudly, they shout at each other. Sometimes it's good-natured, sometimes it's not. It's very, very rowdy, and it's very, very different to what you're going to see in Laos. Laos is a lot more traditional, it's reserved, it's quiet. So in that respect, it almost couldn't be more different. So related to this is the pace of life. Laos has this very sleepy feel of an underdeveloped backwater, whereas Vietnam is really taking off right now. This is Vietnam's China moment. GDP is 5% and it is booming. The economy is booming. There is construction going on everywhere. And by contrast, Laos has this extremely laid back, sleepy kind of vibe. The third huge difference I've noticed is the language. And I speak Chinese. I spent 10 years in China. So you'd imagine I have a pretty good basis for learning Vietnamese. I would say that in the week I've been in Laos, I've picked up almost as much language as I had in my previous 2 months of studying Vietnamese. The pronunciation of Vietnamese is very difficult for foreigners. It has a lot of nasal sound and a lot of implosive sound. And by contrast, Lao is very easy to speak. The vowels are nice. It rolls off the tongue nicely. And it actually feels good to speak, as opposed to Vietnamese, which doesn't really feel that good to speak. And this may be to do with Sanskrit, from which Lao gets some of its words. And it's said that Sanskrit is the best language in terms of sounds for the way it makes you feel. It strikes certain vibrations and resonances when you speak it that actually make you feel good. And I certainly don't have that feeling when I speak Vietnamese. It's very difficult and it doesn't have this nice melodic feel to it that Lao does. The final point of comparison between the two countries is the cost of things. And right now, £1 in Vietnam is about 30,000 Vietnamese dong. £1 in Laos is about 30,000 Lao kip. So it makes handling the money very easy coming here as an English person from Vietnam. Costs are quite similar. One thing that is different is taxis here are much more expensive than they are in Vietnam. In Vietnam, everything can be done very conveniently through the Grab app and it's cheap. General costs of things like food, accommodation and so on are pretty comparable. The crazy thing that has really stood out to me is the price of massage in Laos. And in Vietnam, it's already insanely cheap compared to Western countries. You can get a 90-minute massage for about £14. And here it's actually even half the price of that, which is kind of mind-boggling. So that is one major bonus of traveling to Laos, is the insanely cheap massage. So that's by no means an exhaustive comparison between the two countries. I just wanted to give you some of my thoughts from spending time in both those places. Very close geographically, very different in terms of their ancient cultural roots and very different to the feel in the country. If you want high-paced, frenetic, grind culture, where if you're launching a business and you're a digital nomad, Vietnam is the place to go. There's loads of opportunities there. Laos, not the case at all. Difficult upload speeds, unstable Wi-Fi connection, poor infrastructure, but beautiful laid-back Buddhist culture, but very, very different and worth checking both of them out for sure. Peace and happy travels.